Welcome to Thoroughbred Ticket, into the world of thoroughbred horse racing, into a world of inside information and handicapping style geared towards making a winning day at the races worldly possible. And now, here's your host of Thoroughbred Ticket, Mr. Kenneth Anthony Moultrie.
Fans, and welcome to Breeders' Cup Saturday. This is your host of Thoroughbred Ticket, Kenneth Moultrie, and I'm going to cover the Breeders' Cup Classic. Just have to see if the scratches were coming through. It looks like a full field of 10 is going to go in this particular $6 million Grade 1. Looks pretty fair. Looks like a lot is going on in this particular race, and I came up with 4 horses. And I'm going to tell you the 4 horses I came with. I'm going to try to cover, since it is the Breeders' Cup Classic, I'm going to try to go ahead and cover the entire field or most of the runners in the field and just let you know what I think about this. Now, obviously in a race like this, if you're playing exotics like trifectas and superfectas, anything can run third or fourth as far as your handicapping prowess is going to go. So, when you look at a horse, let's start out with the number 1 horse, Tacitus. Now, when he last ran in the Jockey Club Gold Cup, I called that race to a T. I picked Happy Saver and Mystic Guide to actually outfinish Tacitus. I said that I actually used this word, the moonwalk. I said Tacitus is regressing and will actually moonwalk his way out of the Breeders' Cup Classic. So now at 20-1 on the morning line and the beaten odds-on favorite in the Jockey Club Gold Cup, obviously he is going to be overlooked. Now, if I'm going to play a trifecta here, or even in a pick 3 or pick 4 sequence, I don't want to leave this horse out now all of a sudden because I am very, very leery of beaten odds-on favorites, just beaten favorites in general. Yesterday I gave out a couple of good horses who were beaten favorites, like Rocketry, who paid $24 or $25 in the marathon, who was the beaten favorite in his last particular race. Also, what's that horse now? Viquet, who paid $14 to $18 with Joel Rosario, beating a couple of horses who were undefeated in that Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies race. So, like I said, I wouldn't be scared to put Tacitus in any exotics that you have. Like I said, beaten odds-on favorites are very, very dangerous. He is definitely going to get overlooked and give you a great price. Came back on November 1st at Keeneland and worked a 1-minute breezing. So nothing is wrong with this colt. Just could be, his best days are probably obviously behind him. But like I say, it's Breeders' Cup Day, and these types can just bounce up and surprise you and give you a good price. Now, a lot of times you get good prices on horses like this because when it's all said and done, Tacitus is not a long shot type of horse unless you put him in a field like this. So these beaten favorite types who come back, especially the last 2 times at odds on, he was beaten favorite at odds on in the Woodward. And now he's going to be overlooked, and you go, oh, so he saved his best for this particular day. Don't be surprised. I'm not saying I'm picking him on top. I'll give you my top pick in a second, but I'm just saying that I will use the number 1 horse Tacitus in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Everyone likes Tiz the Law. 3-year-olds have always done well in the Breeders' Cup Classic. It's because maybe they're they have the most competitive races, it seems like, throughout the year. And, they get a little weight break of 4 pounds. I don't know if that makes much of a difference. But, 3-year-olds are carrying 126 throughout the summer. And then they come here with a 122 weight break. And they're peaking in November. They're almost 4-year-olds. So, like I said, Tiz the Law is a staple of why I like 3-year-olds in the Classic. I am going to pick him second. I think that his Kentucky Derby run as the beaten odds-on favorite, I think he never went by Authentic. I think that A lot of people looked and said that maybe Tiz the Law peaked a little too soon. That could be true. But, he won so easy the Florida Derby, Belmont, and Travers during the summer, as well as the Holy Bull at Gulfstream. I think this nice little rest is going to do him very, very good. Look at those Keeneland works, a 113 breezing for 6 furlongs and a 59, which was third best of 27. Excellent works. Like I said, nice little rest, nice little break, good post position. I think Manny Franco will have a good spot with this son of Constitution. My second choice is the number 2 horse, Tiz the Law. The number 3 horse, by my standards, has been a consistent performer this year. Just a cut below, a lot of the top horses in here. Chase Toms d'Etat and Improbable and when in Oaklawn, in the Grade 2 Oaklawn Handicap, I think that was his best race, this colt by Golden Sense. I do think kind of like he would be better right at about a mile and the 16th, no further than a mile and the 8th. I think a mile and a quarter may be out of his range. But like I say, by my standards, I'm not going to just want to talk about him. I think a lot of horses in this particular race deserve some comment. But I don't like by my standards in this race. I do respect the campaign he's had this particular year. Like I said, I just think he's a cut below. Made $1 million this year. Like I say, had a great year. Some nice works at Churchill since his last race. Gabe Saez knows him very, very well. I expect a good run from him. I'm not going to say he's going to get drubbed here, but I just wanted to point out that this is a horse that deserves a little comment from the year he had. That's the number 3 horse by my standards. The number 4 horse, Toms d'Etat. I think this horse will get overbet. This old warrior, this 7-year-old horse, was the beaten odds on favorite even money in the Whitney. You know about the bad break. Came running on. I think obviously would have probably won the Whitney with, just a normal break. Like I said, I think this horse is going to get overbet. He's 6-1 on the morning line. I think he is going to take the money that the number 9 horse, Authentic, is not. I think Toms d'Etat will be somewhere around 9-2, and I think Authentic is going to drift up. So I think they're going to split the money in different ways. I don't like Toms d'Etat in this particular race to win. Like I said, if I'm betting a trifecta, a superfecta, of course. But I just think this horse is going to get overbet from his last race. I think at 7 years old, that's not entirely old, but, since August, I'm looking at the works. The works are really decent at Churchill. I wish the works were at Keeneland. He did win his only start at Keeneland in the Fayette, but it was on a sloppy track. Not going to get that today. Like I said, I do not like Toms d'Etat today, even though he was beaten favored in the Grade 1 Whitney. I am going to pass when it comes to a pick 3 or pick 4 selection on this old warrior by Smart Strike. Looking at the number 8 horse, Improbable is going to probably be the favorite. Looking like, especially coming out that awesome again when he beat Maximum Security. He's the now horse, 108 buyer. I read Ortiz is taking over for Drayden Van Dyke. I rode him in the Whitney and won. I look at this particular horse and I'm just thinking that I don't know what kind of trip he is going to get. I am not going to use him in any of my pick 3 or pick 4 tickets. I'm using 2 or 3 horses. I'll give you that at the end of my analysis. But Probable is going to probably be the favorite. Like I said, I don't like him on the win end in this particular situation. Here's my top choice. I know y'all been waiting for that. My top choice is the number 9 horse, Authentic. And here is why. Authentic, 3-year-old, like 3-year-olds in the classic, get a little weight break, a 4-pound weight break. I think looking at the 3 Baffert horses on the outside, I think Authentic will get the best trip. He'll get the best break. He'll outbreak Maximum Security. And I think he'll outbreak Improbable. I think Johnny V will get a good spot with him from the 9 hole. And I think that is going to be the difference, the position from the looks of it that Authentic will have on the rest of the field. I think Tis the Law will be somewhere in mid-pack. And I think the 2 3-year-olds will come home 1-2. And I actually think that Authentic, like I said, will be my top choice. I think coming off, being the beaten favorite in the Preakness, we'll see how Swiss Skydiver runs today. I don't think that really matters. I think Authentic is primed for a big result here. Kentucky Derby horses who win, even though this was a strange year. Kentucky Derby horses do well in Breeder Cup Classic, and I don't think anything different from this 3-year-old colt by Into Mischief. The number 10 horse, Maximum Security. You know, what can you say? What can you say about this horse? I mean, he's danced every dance just about, known as pretty much the best handicap horse in America for most of the last year or two since that Kentucky Derby win and disqualification. Could he be digressing? I don't know. Improbable ran by him very easily in the Awesome Again at Santa Anita. He draws the 10 hole. But once again, beaten favorite, odds on favorite. Going to be very, very dangerous. Not going to use him in the pick 3 or pick 4. Just going to stay away from that. I think that Authentic will get a better break. And I think the post position, even though there's only one difference between him and Authentic, I think Authentic will get the best spot, and that's why I'm choosing him. So in closing, the horses I am going to use are Tacitus, Tis the Law, and Authentic. Tacitus, Tis the Law, and Authentic. Those are the 3 horses I'm using in, whether it's a pick 4, I have to look at it. I'd really just handicap this race as 1. So like I said, if I use a pick 3, pick 4, those are going to be the horses I use. If I play a top trifecta or superfecta, I don't think the trifecta or the superfecta is going to pay a whole lot with a lot of these runners in here, especially Maximum Security and Improbable, who are going to get bet in Tom's Day Tot. But I just want to give you my top choice in this race. My 2 top choices is Authentic and the number 2 horse, Tis the Law. So good luck on the Breeders' Cup Classic. I'll come back with some more analysis of other races. Take care, and I'll see you next time at the races. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Thoroughbred Ticket, a handicapping insight of upcoming stakes and other outstanding races from major tracks in North America. So remember, as Kenneth likes to say, your winning ticket could be a life-changing winning ticket.